Hi, my name is Dan, and this is my channel, Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in. This is the November 2019 predictive for the sign of Scorpio, which we are now in Scorpio season. So, um, hey guys, happy birthday to all my Scorpios. Um, so, welcome to my channel. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. We're looking into anybody who wants to watch this would be those of you with either Scorpio sun, moon, or rising. If love becomes apparent in this reading, then I would say if you have a Venus in Scorpio, I would watch this video, cross-watch it. Also, if you're like into a Scorpio or dating a Scorpio or want to get into a Scorpio, I would watch this video. You might be able to figure out a little bit about what's going on with them in the month of November. Instead of cross-watching, cross-stalking, you can certainly stalk your Scorpios by watching this video. Okay, so let's see what we have in store. Also, when you hit the subscribe button, if you choose to subscribe to the channel, please hit the bell so that you're notified every time I go live. I do go live every morning and on Wednesday and Friday nights for charm divination readings. So that's available to you also if you subscribe to the channel. Let's see what Scorpio has in store in the month of November. So this first card is kind of where you guys are centered at during the month of November. You'll be going in and out of this sort of card throughout the month, but it is sort of your central space. Interesting, it's time space. You're leading with a major arcana card, which automatically tells me that there might be a little bit of significance to this month for you guys. This is really about reflection and kind of connecting to yourself spiritually at a deeper level. Maybe getting a little bit sort of out of your how do I want to put this? Like getting out of your body to get more into who you are. Does that make sense? Like either through meditation or through, just a contemplation, reflection, that sort of thing, but at a very deep level. And I sort of think that you guys are sort of taking this time to reflect back maybe on the year that's just transpired, because I know it is Scorpio season, and you guys are probably reflecting back on the year since your last birthday. But this to me is about not only reflection, but also sort of what are we going to start to bring into the future, from the future, right? And so as we're taking this time to reflect, we're also thinking, okay, so what do I want next? What's next on the path for me? So this is actually a really kind of open card and an open energy to being open to sort of what is out there for you and what it is that you next want. What is the next chapter about for you guys? So this next card is your foundation card. This card tells me a little bit about sort of where things were in like say the recent past leading up to this month. Gives me a little insight into what you guys were working on to get you to this place, okay, to where we're at this time space card in the month of November. So this is the 10 of Wands, which is growth. And this is sort of like, 10s represent like the completion of a cycle, but Wands is the element of fire or spiritual, the element of spirit. And to me, this is about not only just spiritual growth, but this is the beginning and ending of cycles. This is the beginning and ending of like maybe things that we were doing that weren't necessarily benefiting us anymore, growing beyond relationships, jobs, things that maybe were no longer serving us at a deeper level. And because of that, I think that this growth or this awareness, this strength that we've gotten from this experience leading up to this month has allowed us to now take time to pause and really go inward and reflect at a deeper level to see like what is it that we want next, what do we want to create, and how do we want to go about creating it. We're aware of our strength, we're aware of our growth, we're aware that we're protected and that we're safe, but we're now not, I don't want to say we're not sure, it's just like the options are open to the Scorpios, it feels like in the month of November. The creation options are open, and you have had the experiences and the growth throughout the preceding months to be ready to sort of take that next step or start to create that next chapter. Now this next card is your spirit or soul card. This is beautiful. This is the strength card. So to me, it feels like you guys have some ideas bubbling inside of you. It might be new business ideas, new relationship ideas, new I mean, and this is significant of this egg right here. It says to me that if these ideas are being held by your spirit and waiting to be brought forward, you guys have the strength to bring it forward, but you're still sort of contemplating when is the right time, when is the perfect, what is the perfect sort of conditions to bring it out under. And what I'm hearing as I'm listening to that is this could be a little bit of a game that we're playing with ourselves. It could be a little bit, not necessarily fear-based, but we might be being a little bit too meticulous in when we sort of bring this forward, because this card says to me that from a spiritual standpoint, at a soul standpoint, we have the strength to bring it in and to make it happen. We just have to trust that strength. We have to realize and remember how strong we've been for others in the past, how much we've shouldered in our own lives, and how much that has created this strength and this growth here, right? This spiritual strength and growth. And this is really about spiritual transformation and trusting that and moving forward in strength and bringing those new ideas to the surface in the month of November, or at least becoming aware that they exist, and then maybe, starting to build upon them in November into December, and then really starting to make them manifest or real by 2020. The next two positions here are the outside influences. These are things that are either affecting us and influencing us either positively or negatively. They can be people, sometimes events, sometimes energies or belief systems that are having an influence on us at this time. Haha, I love it. This is a perfect Scorpio card. So because we're in Scorpio season, and I think that the first few weeks of the month of November is all about Mercury retrograde, the Devil's Play card comes in. And this is considered like the Devil card in most tarot decks. To me, this is not a threatening card. This is just about like carnal exploration, partying, having fun. This is a very Scorpio card as far as I'm concerned. Like, Scorpios rule sex, death, and regeneration, right? And to me, it's like, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's what the Devil's Play card sort of consists of. Now, the reason why I feel like there could be a slight negative connotation to this is be careful how much you imbibe. Be careful how much you indulge your vices in this month, because I feel like there's a quietness to the strength, and there's a quietness to time and space, and there's a quietness with the growth card that says to me that this Devil's Play card is going to come in and want to try and disrupt you. It might be partying, it might be too much sex, it might be too much drugs, it might be too much fun, but whatever it is that sort of like is your vice, it could even be workaholism for some of you, or not giving yourself enough time to sort of sit in that strength and take that time and space to reflect and figure out what your next steps are. Getting sidetracked would be this card, right? Sidetracked behind vices or enjoyments, but like enjoying them to a point where they kind of maybe get in the way. Okay, I'm not like passing judgment in any way, shape, or form. What I'm saying is just be aware that any fun to be had in the month of November, make sure you're certainly allowed to have it. The opportunities will be there. That's what this card says to me. But just make sure that you do it sort of in moderation, or you do it with equality, like in the sense of giving equal time to both having the fun and cutting loose and being crazy, to also honoring your spiritual strength and the ideas that you want to bring forward. You don't want to be paying too much and playing too much and not paying enough attention to what's going on deep inside of you, because if you don't, then it'll take you longer to sort of get this stuff done. And you've done so much work here with this 10 of Wands spiritual growth that it feels like you've made strides all the year long. Don't mistakenly avoid it, because I feel like this would be a mistake, right? Like, this is not like on purpose or intentional, but don't indulge so much that you maybe mistakenly miss opportunities to sort of meditate and reflect upon what you need to do for next steps leading into 2020. The other outside influence, wow, is the Ace of Worlds, guys. This is the success card. This is about like opportunities lining up for you. This is about really about creation. If there is an idea that you have on the table that I see in this strength card that's coming from spirit, be it an idea in career, be it an idea for a new business, an idea of something that you want to do or a change you want to make in a relationship that's significant to you, these ideas are coming from spirit. And if you believe that you're strong enough to have them, and you believe that you've done the growth, you're aware that you've done the growth, and you've taken the time and space to sort of reflect upon it and really think about how you're going to go about bringing it in, you can do it. You can do it with a great amount of success, is what this Ace of Worlds is telling me. Just be mindful, like I said. Have fun, cut loose, be with your friends and party it up a bit, but just don't let that be your focal point for this month. Your focal point needs to be set, your set point needs to be focused on this success, because there is an opportunity here for, it may not culminate or finish in the month of November, but it certainly sets the path. Like, I see these planets kind of lining up, right? So to me, it feels like as we contemplate, we start to put the pieces together and we call upon that spiritual strength. If we're not partying too much, we can begin to have those planets sort of line up and watch the success sort of pour in the next months to come. All right. So be aware of that in the month of November, as you guys are feeling emboldened and empowered, as everything's in your sign and it's your time to shine. Just make sure that you're shining in all aspects of your life, not just in one, right? Now, this last card is what I call the potential outcomes card. This card tells me a little bit about where things could be headed, barring that nothing major changes, right? So we have free will. We can always make choices and changes to affect the outcome of this card if we choose to. So if this card is negative, we can use it as a warning to make choices and changes to avoid it. But if it is a beneficial card, we can take heart in the fact that we're naturally heading towards it, and this will be a general outcome for the majority of the Scorpios that watch. So let's see what that card is. This is the Seven of Worlds, which is breakthrough. When I look at this card, it definitely has that sort of fiery red nature to it. Worlds deals with it's similar to Pentacles. It deals with like career, money, friendship, things on the material plane. And for me, this Ace of Worlds, which is this success, says to me that because this is the Seven of Worlds, we might actually have a good breakthrough where we start to realize that the idea that we have here that we want to bring forward from our soul space, and the strength that we need and the reflection that we need to take to have it, we just very well may be able to have a breakthrough with it and bring some of that forward in a fiery kind of way that might surprise us, that might bring about, like, it's sort of like popping open the door for this success to start to come in. And again, I really get a feeling off of this card that the success is not immediate. It's not like right away, all in November. This is the beginning of the door opening, or the change beginning to happen, the planets lining up sort of thing, so that the success happens over a period of time. We're going to have this breakthrough or this awareness in our space during the month of November, if we're not too checked out, having too much fun here in the Devil's Play card, okay? But it does feel like us sort of, accessing our personal power and moving forward in a very positive and direct kind of way, assertive sort of way. And it's definitely on the financial sort of work, relationship, material gains front. But it's not I want to express that it's not like the only thing that's going to happen. There will be more that comes from it if we stay focused on this success card versus taking all of this fiery dynamic energy and pouring it into things that are more carnal or immediate gratification. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you guys. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. You can always leave them down below in the video, and I'll try and answer them for you. Please give the video a like if you enjoyed the reading. Have an awesome November. You can follow me on Instagram at Engelgeist 333. And private reading information is located in the video description, so you can look there if you want to get in touch with me for private reading to get any further clarification on this or any other subject. All right, have a great day, my Scorpios. Have a great month. Enjoy it, and even though there isn't retrograde going on, but Scorpios are, in my opinion, like the freaks of the zodiac. So you all would be the ones that would be able to make a goddamn retrograde work in your favor. So have a great month, and I will see you guys next month. Take care. Bye-bye.